Hello, Sarah. We'll let some more people come through. Wonderful. Here we go. Hi, Shazia. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Ricky.
Hello.
Hi there. Thank you so much for joining. How are you?
Not bad, thank you.
Good, good. We've opened up a few minutes early so that we can start letting some people in, and so we can enjoy a wonderful session together. Here we go. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And as you're coming in, if you're near a window, have a look outside. What's it like? Yeah, is it good, Freddie?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Some
And what can you see?
really lovely cloud formations. Half the sky is blue and sunny, and half the sky is really kind of
Oh,
symmetrical cloud formations. It's really beautiful.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's stunning. Hi, everyone. As you come on, please feel free to have your cameras on so we can see your lovely faces. Unmute, say hi. Hi, everyone. We'll give a few more people a few more minutes, and then we will get started. Fabulous. Hopefully you can all hear me, hear us, and see my screen. You can pop your cameras on, give me a thumbs up. Are you near a window, Ricky?
Yeah, I can see out. I can see the sun setting, and looks very beautiful. Yeah, nice day today. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Mm-hmm. Not have. Yeah.
I'm curious to hear where people are tuning in from.
So I'm just on the border of Essex and London, area called Loughton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
On the Central Line, the end of the Central Line, the East End.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Nice. I'm in Clapham Junction, so I'm southwest London.
Nice.
So a lot of stress management needed living in London.
Yeah, I'm a little bit outside of London in High Wycombe, Buckinghamshire, so we've got a little bit more green than you, but I do drive into London for work, so I at least have the motorway bit.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll give one more minute and then we will get started on our fabulous session. See, maybe Neil has joined as well. Fabulous.
Hey, Neil.
Don't have everyone on here. There we go. There he is. Hey there. Hi, Neil. Thanks for joining. All righty. I think that's good. Shall we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Fabulous. Okay, so welcome everyone, and thank you so much for being here. Today we have a wonderful guest speaker to deliver a beautiful breathwork workshop, helping you to try some practical tools to manage stress. So we're going to explore how breathwork can support stress release, emotional release, and a greater sense of calm, regulating our nervous system, releasing tension, and creating space for clarity and reset. This is really a chance for us to pause, reconnect, and experience the power of breath in a really simple and supportive way. So get involved. Hands up. How many of you want to understand the impact breathing has on stress management? I know there's a few of you without cameras on. Please do turn them on so that we can see your beautiful faces. How many of you want to learn more about breathwork techniques to manage stress? And how many of you do not want to understand the impact of breathing has on stress and are not here to learn about breathwork techniques? Hopefully we don't have any hands up. Fabulous. Just to let you know that this session is being recorded so that you can go back whenever you need to. And so we are the Stress Management Society, and we're a non-profit organisation dedicated to helping individuals and companies recognise and reduce stress. We're a small organisation in the west of London who are really dedicated to leading effective universal change with our passionate approach to recognising and reducing stress and promoting well-being since 2003. And our vision is really to create a happier, healthier, and more resilient world. Now, the reason you're here is Stress Awareness Month, and this has taken place every April since 1992. And the message is simple this year. Awareness matters, but action is what changes things. This year's theme is #BeTheChange, and it's really about helping people move from recognizing stress, that awareness, to really responding to it with simple, practical actions. We're reclaiming our personal agency and really taking one step at a time to create real change. Bear with me as I go through the slides. We really do love bringing you these webinars and free resources. So if you do want to donate, please do take a scan of this QR code. We really do appreciate your support. So for this webinar, how to use. Please put your cameras on. This is an interactive workshop. We do want to see your faces. It's all about you. When the chance arises for questions, please do get involved. There'll be opportunities for you to come onto the microphone, onto the chat. This is not the facilitator session. This is everyone's session. So please put your hands up if you need to, okay? And please feel free to share your experiences, disagree, seek clarification, and tell us to slow down if you need to. Now, we have a couple of ground rules, and if you've been with us before, you'll have seen these. Now, we are on time. We have a lovely group with us today. Please be present. Turn off your distractions. So turn off your phones, put them to one side. This is really your chance to relax. Now, there may be some triggering moments, shares, or information. If you feel you need the space to step away, please do. We are here for you, so you can pop a little bit in the chat or drop us an email after, okay? And I will pop some contact details in at the end. Please participate, be honest and respectful. Keep an open mind as we learn some new tools. If you share, please use I statements. This is confidential. And if we hear anything that needs to be passed on, we will do so if we feel like someone sounds like they are in danger. Now, to the man of the hour, our guest speaker. Having found breathwork via the Wim Hof technique in his late teens, Freddie has found the breath to be one of the most effective tools to regulate the nervous system, reduce stress, and take charge of the quality of our own life and well-being. Freddie combines many different healing modalities and medicines, working one-to-one with clients and with larger groups, processes, guiding and facilitating deep releases of stress, trauma, and heaviness, and helping people to find balance, calm, direction, and clarity. This breath work allows us to be the change, as once we have learned these simple breathing techniques, we are then equipped for the rest of our lives with tools to help us regulate and find peace in challenging times. It's really Freddie's belief that when one person finds health and peace, the effects ripple out beyond that individual, signaling safety, possibility, and hope to the world at large. I'm going to stop sharing now and hand over to Freddie, and he will take it from here. Thank you so much and enjoy the session.
Thank you so much, Emma. Really appreciate that intro. Hi, everybody. It's a real honor to be here. Hope you're all feeling well this evening. And if you're not, if you're feeling a bit funky, that's all welcome too, because we're gonna be working with our breath today. So everything should be feeling quite nice and balanced by the end of it. And so I just want to see a show of hands. Who's tried any kind of breath work before? Whether that's kind of pranayama, conscious connected breathing, functional breath work. Okay, so yeah, good amount of experience in the room. So enough about me. Let's actually meet our breath. So I just invite you to put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And let's just take 3 deep breaths together. So breathing in through the nose, breathing in and letting it out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, filling up the belly, the chest, and the head. And letting it out through the mouth. Breathing in through the belly. Holding it at the top. Feel that pulse. And let it go. So we just took 3 breaths there. Does your body, have any of you noticed any difference in how you feel? Does anyone feel any different to before those 3 breaths? Okay, more breaths needed then. Cool.
All of a sudden, I feel very sleepy.
Sleepy, yes. So, because these deep breathings, especially breathing into the belly activates our dorsal vagus system. So, just want to check in. So, keeping your hands on your belly and on your chest, just feel, is breathing normally and naturally? Is the breath going more into your belly, or is it going more into your chest? Isn't Heather says it's going more into her chest? Yeah. Emma's more into the chest, more into the chest, more into the chest. So a lot of chest breathers in the room. Okay. So it's good that we're talking about stress, because our sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight response, that exists in the top of our chest and all the way up our spine. And so when we're breathing in the chest, we're much more likely to get stressed. So when we're breathing into our bellies, so if we often hold a lot of tension in our abdomen. So if you can soften those abdominal muscles, just let them go. Just let them go. And bring your attention into your bellies. And almost imagine, rather than bringing your breath down, almost imagine you're breathing into your face, like you're breathing backwards. Does anyone notice the breath going much more into their belly there? Especially those people that were breathing into the chest. So that's a general tip for people who are stressed and who are normally up in your chest. Breathing into the belly, already you're starting to calm your nervous system. So I wasn't planning on talking about any of that actually. So let's get on with what I was going to share. I've made some slides for today, which feels very professional. Can you all see that? Can you see the slides? Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I mean, look at trees, right? Trees just resemble the lungs as well. We're so interconnected. So one technique that I really want to show you is called coherent breathing. So actually, I'm going to stop this share. So coherent breathing is an incredible practice that we can do day to day, that it increases your heart rate variability and brings many different systems in your body into balance. And what coherent breathing really is, so we're breathing through our nose and we're breathing softly and gently, and we're just breathing in and out for the same amount of time. And so the kind of sweet spot tends to be about 5.5 seconds. It's all right. I've got a video, so we don't have to count 5.5 seconds in our head. And yeah, this is an incredible practice to do for about, if you do this 15 minutes a day, every day, you'll see a lot of benefits, which I'll go into later. But first, I just want to give you the experience of the breath. So again, I'm going to go into sharing. Okay. So you can all see that, yeah? So you'll see this circle in here. So obviously as that says inhale and fills up, you're breathing in through your nose, and then you'll hear a ding, and then it will start to shrink, and that's when you start to exhale. So just follow the breath, let your breath be soft, let your breath be gentle, and yeah, enjoy. Let me know if you can hear the sound once it plays. Can you give me a perfect? So exhale it. Inhaling through the nose. Stop. It's slow, it's gentle. Belly. Great. Thank you, everybody. It'd be great to see in the chat if people want to put in the chat how they're feeling right now. What do you notice? Yes, the recording, and I'll share some. I can share some good tracks. A bit more dialed down, good, less tense, a lot more relaxed, tension released, present. Yeah, it's a really amazing breath. Neil's very sleepy, very sleepy. Well, you feel free to doze off if you like. So let's go back to that. So here are some, this is are the many benefits of coherent breathing. So consistent practice of this, 15 minutes a day for a few weeks, will improve your heart rate variability. So that's the ability for your heart to, it's almost like the agility of your heart. A heart that is actually really steady and stays at the same pace isn't a healthy heart. In the same way, we need our muscles to be flexible and not rigid. So our heart has a lot of range to which it can go fast when it needs to go fast, and it can slow down when it needs to slow down. So it improves that. It synchronizes the heart, the lungs, and the nervous system, calms the nervous system, enhances emotional regulation, reduces symptoms of stress and anxiety, could lower blood pressure, improves focus and mental clarity, better sleep, optimizes gas exchange efficiency, encourages vagal tone, and it's simple and accessible. So that you can do wherever you are, wherever you are. Coherent breathing. So that's, yeah, really amazing. So I'd like to share with you a few different types of breathwork. So we have this breathwork to quite a new, it's an ancient field, but it's also having new understandings. So we have functional breathwork, which is our day-to-day optimization of health, works with the CO2 tolerance. That's the kind of breathing that you're encouraged to do as you walk about, as you exercise. Yeah, a lot of athletes use it to enhance their performance. Then there's pranayama. Pranayama is a yogic term, and prana means energy, and yama means control, and energy and breath mean the same thing in this Sanskrit. So breath control, and so that would be things like breath of fire. The coherent breathing that we just did is it's halfway between conscious connected breathing and pranayama, which you might understand a little bit more after this presentation. So yeah, it's a kind of a controlled breath to produce very specific outcomes. So you have breath of fire to activate your system, 4-7-8 to calm it down, coherent breathing to bring balance. So pranayama is quite a wide term. And then we have the therapeutic psychedelic breathwork. Now, this is the stuff that I've trained extensively in. This is the stuff I'm really passionate about. This is stuff I really love. And that's conscious connected breathing, which you'll find in the Wim Hof method, transformational breath, holotropic, alchemy of breath, intuitive breath work. You know, these are all different types of conscious connected breathing where we start to access much deeper held stress, much earlier memories, and yeah, can really profoundly shift our subconscious. So why breathwork reduces stress is, well, actually, before I ask you this, who here has tried, if I stop sharing, who here has tried conscious connected breathwork? Neil has, Samantha has, but not many. Okay, well,
I'm here as well. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. It's Adila. I'm here as well.
Okay.
I'm
Adila.
going to mute my mic now. Yeah.
Great. Welcome.
Welcome.
And yeah, so conscious connected. Hopefully, we'll get some time to do a little bit at the end. It's a very, very powerful form of breathwork. Okay, back to the slides. So breathwork reduces stress because we're directly affecting the autonomic nervous system. So we have three main states of the nervous system. We have sympathetic, which you'll know as the fight and flight system. That's like I said, it's up in the chest. It's the mobilization. It's the action. It's the stress. It's fear. It's charge. We have dorsal, which is our sleep, shut down, rest, power off aspect of the nervous system. And we have ventral vagus. And the vagus nerve travels all the way from your eyes and your mouth, down through your neck, through your lungs and heart, through your abdomen and your gut. And it's the largest nerve in the body. And what we've found is, so we have efferent and afferent fibers within our nerves, and I always get it the wrong way around. I think efferent takes signals from the body up to the brain, and afferent takes signals from the brain down to the body. And in this huge nerve that we have in our vagus nerve, the body is communicating to the brain to like 70-80% versus 30 to 20% brain to the body. So what that means, by shifting things in our physiology, in our breath, in our fascia, in the tension in our muscles, we're changing the body has a lot more power to change the brain than the brain has the power to change the body when working with the vagus nerve. So that's why breathwork is a super powerful somatic practice. So it's a bottom-up approach. Right. So we can understand, I think it's really helpful to help people understand the nervous system and the different states of the nervous system. So we have this traffic light system, red being dorsal, yellow being sympathetic, and green being ventral vagal. So I'd like to ask you all to find a memory, maybe we're going to find a resource right now, something that brings us that feeling of safety and trust and love and goodness. You know, for me, it's a very specific place in Scotland. It just makes me go, oh, I love that place. It might be a person, it might be a pet, it might be your favorite meal, anything that you can conjure up to make you feel safe enough. You know, it doesn't have to be the most ecstatic memory. It's just like, I feel good enough here. Have we got that? Have you guys found one? Yep. Right. So just imagine that thing, whatever it is, and tune into your body. Feel your body. Just let the goodness of that experience just ripple through you. So this is our resource. We'll be using this later. So now we're going to approach dorsal. So dorsal, this is what we call the freeze response. So those that were breathing much more in their belly and not much in their chest, you'll probably have more of a tendency to, when stressed, end up in dorsal. So it's the earliest part of our nervous system, and it's associated with the freeze response, dissociation, numbness, depression, when we get burnt out, and when someone's stuck. And these are all things when someone's stuck in dorsal. So I just want to be really clear that these states of the nervous system, they're really good. You know, we need dorsal to sleep. We need sympathetic to get out of bed in the morning, and we need ventral vagal to be connected. So these problems only come when we're stuck there. And there's always good reasons why we get stuck there. So there's freeze, dissociation when we're stuck in dorsal, we're tired, we're apathetic, someone could be checked out, so they could be still moving around, doing their job, going to work, spending time with their family, but they're just going through the motions. They're just not there. And in that, the breath is very deep and slow, but can also be really shallow and soft. And yeah, there's sort of aspects of nihilism. So just inviting you all to imagine, just to feel that part of you, feel the part of you that's in dorsal. To imagine a time where you felt like that, where you felt burnt out, you felt fatigued, you felt, oh, what's the point? And just notice your body. Just notice your body. And notice your mind. And what's happened to your breath? Is it really shallow? It's really shallow, right? Soft. So that's the dorsal system. So when you're noticing you're in that state, you can go, I'm in dorsal. And so to come out of dorsal, we need to go through some mobilization. So let's take a nice deep breath. Take a few quick breaths. And hold at the top. Now you might feel like there's a bit of activation going on. And now let it go. And find your resource again. Find that green. So just coming back, really connecting with that green. And now we're going to go back to the slide and I'll show you. So sympathetic. This is really what this whole month is about. It's about the sympathetic nervous system. This is the stress. So sympathetic is fight or flight. And again, the positive aspects is it's mobilization, it's movement, it's action, activity. But when we get stuck there, it's also when it's in survival, we're looking to attack or retreat. We're agitated, anxious, fear, worry, panic, tightness, anger, activation, trembling. And so you might notice that people who have anxiety, their nervous system is stuck in the sympathetic response. And people who are depressed, their nervous system is stuck in dorsal. So again, just imagine the last time you were in that sympathetic response, when you were stressed, like, maybe you were getting the kids to school and you were late, or maybe you were, you had overdue bills. Maybe you didn't need a reason, it was just there. So feeling your heart rate, fast heart rate. What do you notice about your thoughts? Where's your attention? Attention's probably quite in the environment, might be scanning the environment. It's outwardly focused. It's not so much in your body. Your breath might be shallow and a bit quicker. And so that's a state that you can recognize. That's the sympathetic nervous system. And so, yes, we'll have some questions. Anxiety and okay, yeah, great question. So anxiety and depression, so they're interlinked, right? So what can happen is so depression is when people's emotions are really pressed down. Yeah, it's a really good question. Thank you. So to depress something is to push something down. So we go into the dorsal, the shutdown, because we're unable to move through that sympathetic expression. We weren't able to fight. We weren't able to take action to solve the situation. We weren't able to fly. We weren't able to get away. So instead we froze and we pushed it down, right? So we went into that shutdown response where we no longer feel that charge, that sympathetic mobilization, but it's still there. It's still there somewhere. So the depression is when you're in that shutdown. That's where you feel safe, but it's not pleasant, but it's still safe because it's not with that charge. And then what might happen is if the charge from the sympathetic nervous system is slightly close is a bit closer to the surface, then as you go through life, it might get triggered. So this charge, which is just there, then becomes present. And it's like, whoa, there's so much charge. So rather than bringing it to completion and processing it with things like breath work, you just push it back down again, and you go into that collapse, into that dorsal vagus. And so that's why people flick between depression and anxiety and stress and burnout. It's a very similar process. I'm riding on stress, so much sympathetic energy, fire, 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 and then poof, collapse. I can't do it anymore. So that's why having our resource and these really regulating breath techniques are really good, because we can remedy the sympathetic nervous system and come back to ventral vagal, calm, connected, balanced. So we don't have to go through that cycle. Does that make sense? Yeah, amazing. Okay. And so let's do a little bit more coherent breathing, hey? Just to bring it back. And as we do this coherent breathing, let's bring in our resource just to bring us back into ventral vagal. Finding your genuine, available to you. Right. Just letting go, letting your breath come back to a normal breath. So yeah, I'd love to hear maybe from one person if they'd like to share how that was, or if you'd like to put it in the chat. Yeah, how was that going through the nervous system ladder? Were you able to recognize those states? And
It was good. It felt like you're releasing actually something going out. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, even just tapping in and bringing in that regulation can actually shift a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Feel free to use the chat.
Freddie, can I just ask a question?
Yes, please.
So when should you use the breathing to breathe through your mouth or through your nose? Is there a difference? And when should which is the better technique, or is there one that you use for particular situations?
Great question. Thank you. So day to day, most of the time, you want to breathe through your nose, because the nose, one, it warms the air, so it's easier for your lungs to receive. It keeps the balance of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, nitric oxide, and oxygen all in balance. And it's got 7 chambers that filter the air before it even reaches your trachea. So, and also, if you're breathing through your mouth, you'll notice if you're exercising or if you're stressed, you might start breathing through your mouth. And that's because the mouth inhales more oxygen more quickly, and it's more activating. So when we do conscious connected breathwork, the therapeutic breathwork, we do breathe through our mouth, because what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to slightly activate the sympathetic nervous system so that we can access the stress and then bring it to completion. So, but day to day, if you're wanting to stay calm and regulated and present, you want to breathe through your nose most of the time. So that's why when I go into talk about the conscious connected, it's not a functional breath, it's a therapeutic breath. Because you don't want to be in therapy all the time. You want to, when you're living your life, you want to be breathing through your nose.
Yeah.
Right.
That's really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Emma said, I'm quite an anxious person and must definitely shallow breathe a lot through your mouth. This 5.5 seconds breathing in was tough. Yes, so we're going to get into some functional breathing very soon. At least I will refer some good references to that. Thank you for sharing, Emma. Okay, so another technique now is called the physiological sigh. By the way, can you also see my face when the PowerPoint is up? Okay, great. So the physiological sigh, this is an incredible in the moment quick fix so this kind of comes under pranayama breath. This is an incredible in the moment quick fix breath for when you're supercharged in sympathetic, stressed out, panic, like bordering, like you can use this if you're having a panic attack or super anxious, and it's just a very quick, within a minute, brings you down, brings you into much more relaxed space. So how it goes is we take 2 breaths in through the nose, 1 really deep breath, one other one just filling up the lungs even more, and then let it out through the mouth through pursed lips. Or you can even go and imagine that you're inflating like a balloon and then you're deflating. So as you're breathing in, you're expanding everything out. And as you exhale, you're relaxing everything. And what it does, it's almost like, it opens all your alveoli in your lungs. So it kind of takes all the stagnant energy and opens it up and then relaxes it. So let's all try it. So 1 deep breath in through the nose. Another one through the nose, top it up. And out through pursed lips. Relax, deflate. Again, breathing in. And again. And deflate. Notice how your body's feeling. Let's go again. Breathing in. And again. And deflate. Really let your shoulders drop. 1 more. And again. And deflate. And then breathing through the nose gently, softly. Just normally let your breath do whatever it wants to do. So who's feeling more relaxed? I will get to your question, Kiana. Yes, I will get to that. But who felt the effects of that? I know even after 1 or 2, I'm already like, whoa, much more relaxed, says Lloyd. Yeah. So that is a super, what a godsend. You can just suddenly, calm it all down. The physiological sigh was interesting when you said drop your shoulders. I didn't realize mine were tense. Yes, so all of this breath is really, all these breathwork techniques really help us develop something called interoception, where we can feel our body, where we know how our body is, we can feel it. And thus, when we feel it, we're able to work with it and create a much more relaxed energy within ourselves. So Kiana, thank you for your question. We're going to adjust that very soon with the functional breathwork, which is coming now. So functional breathing. So I'm not going to go too much into this, but we got told at school that carbon dioxide is a waste gas. It's produced in respiration. All we need is the oxygen. We take the oxygen and we just want to get rid of the carbon dioxide. Wrong. Turns out carbon dioxide is vital for our health. Carbon dioxide is actually responsible for letting the oxygen get delivered into our hemoglobin, into our cells, into our red blood cells. And oxygen's an activator. Oxygen gives us energy, and carbon dioxide gives us calmness. And so the functional breathwork slogan, if you will, is from breathless to breathing less. Now you might think, okay, what do you mean breathe less? The breath is nice and deep into the belly, but it's really slow. And because it's slow, you're building up your with good carbon dioxide tolerance, we're able to breathe slower. So your question, you find it really hard to hold the breaths. That might mean you have a very low carbon dioxide tolerance. So it's something we have to build up within ourselves. So if we're breathing really shallow and fast, we're cycling a lot of oxygen through our body and releasing a lot of carbon dioxide because we release carbon dioxide quicker than we do oxygen. So if we're breathing fast, we're taking in a lot more oxygen than carbon dioxide. And so when we slow it down, we're able to stay with that carbon dioxide and actually receive more oxygen in the long term, even though we're taking less breaths. So athletes really work with this technique. And so you have more energy, yet it's balanced with a lot of calmness because that carbon dioxide creates a good sense of balance. So that's all I'll tell you about today because I want to keep on time. But there are some really great resources all over YouTube. If you look up functional breathing, the oxygen advantage, I'll put it in the chat. Functional breathing, oxygen advantage. Patrick McEwen's work. If I can spell his name right, something like that. It's not right, but he'll come up. Breath by James Nestor. Bolt score and CO2 tolerance. These are all, if you look all those up on YouTube and Google, you'll find some great stuff. It's still quite early days, so all the information out there tends to be quite good. And to just on a daily, something that you can do to improve your carbon dioxide tolerance is just to, at moments, practice holding your breath at the bottom of the exhale as you go along. Don't do it all the time. Just take some moments to slow your breath down, feel that air hunger, and just slowing the breath down. So for me, the pièce de la résistance, conscious connected breathing. Also, Emma, I just want to check, am I going to be talking until 8, or is there a time where you need to take over?
If we could just have a few minutes at the end, just to share where to find resources and ask some reflection questions.
Amazing. Okay, thanks. So conscious connected breathing. So this is also known as therapeutic or psychedelic breathwork. It's like therapy without the talking. So through this deep breathing technique, we actually create an altered state of consciousness. And the amount of clients I have that come back from their journeys and go like, oh my God, I didn't know it'd be like drugs. And you call it getting high on your own supply. It's pretty great. And it's really powerful because we start to access those deep layers of sympathetic activation that we didn't bring to completion, and maybe we've held on to that stress for a year, maybe we've held on for it for 10 years, 20, 30, 40 years sometimes. We have a lot of tension that just goes way back, and what this breath technique does is it just allows us to soften and open, and those old charges are able to really surface, and then we can bring them to completion. So, when I was a teenager, I was super anxious. I was all over the place, and I used things like yoga and meditation to just kind of keep myself treading water, balance. But this work, by going deeply in, finding those old stressful places in my body and really integrating that, meant that the work I would have to do in the morning to find peace and balance, I just ended up waking up that way. So this stuff really creates long-term psychosomatic effects. But because it's a very powerful process, really need to emphasize it's something you need to work with a practitioner on to begin with, and there are contraindications, because there are ways in which it's very activating, and so I'll show you some of the contraindications. So please do not participate in conscious connected breathwork alone if you're pregnant, especially in the first trimester, if you have seizures, if you have a history of strokes or aneurysms, glaucoma or retinal detachment, recently had major surgery, experience extreme anxiety or panic attacks, have a history or family influences on psychosis, schizophrenia, PTSD, or bipolar disorder, high blood pressure, or on psychiatric medications. So not all of these conditions completely exclude you from conscious connected breathwork, but but some of them require adjustments to the approach, and working, some people are ready for it, some people aren't. So that's why it's important to work with a trained practitioner who's aware of the contraindications and can adjust your session accordingly. There's a great directory in the UK called the UK Breath Association. Loads of great facilitators there. But so if you have high blood pressure or on medication, you're welcome to join in with this. And I'm just going to give you a 5-minute track to breathe to. And what we're going to be sat up and breathing through the nose this time, just to keep it gentle. And I want you to breathe nice and deeply into your belly. And then you just drop the breath. So the inhale is a little bit longer than the exhale. It's the same amount of breath, but you're pulling it in for longer and dropping it into your belly, into your chest, and dropping it and finding that flow. It's connected. There are no gaps between the inhale and the exhale. That's it. Finding your flow. You're doing great, everybody. And I'm just going to play one song to accompany you on your journey. And so find your flow. Let it come. And just really allowing whatever wants to happen. You might feel emotional, you might feel tingles, you might feel lightheaded. It's all valid. It's all valid. If you feel it's okay with you to close your eyes. Keeping that breath. Letting the breath become a little bit more gentle. Letting it become natural. And just taking a moment to let go of the technique entirely. And just be exactly what is. Just feeling the body. Everything is welcome. And yeah, just to be on the safe side, let's do some physiological sighs. So let's do 2 physiological sighs. So if you can remember, that's 2 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. 1 more. Let's go. And just finding your resource. Finding that green. So yeah, we've just got 5 minutes left. I just want to share one more thing. So yes, thank you everybody for accompanying me on the breathwork journey. I hope you really benefited from it. I really hope you've taken something away that will help you in later life. And yeah, there's something I just wrote earlier, which is, what we're doing is we're creating safety in ourselves. So when one nervous system feels safe, it can help others to find safety too, because we co-regulate each other. Have you ever been around a really calm person and gone, oh wow, I feel really calm? That's co-regulation. So with safety, and when we co-regulate and find safety, then we can find connection, and then with connection we find compassion with each other, and then with compassion we create a better world. So the breathwork can really help you be the change you want to see in this world. So yay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Freddie.
My pleasure.
Yeah. And what we will do, we will download this recording and share it on our newsletter, or as a email after this session. So please, if you're not signed up for the newsletter, Judy is going to pop it into the chat for us. And you can also find more resources in the Stress Awareness Month 2026 link that Judy has popped in there as well. If you found this session helpful and you've come to our webinars before, we really do want to hear from you. Leave us a review, get in touch, give us feedback. Yeah, it'd be so wonderful to share this with other people as well. I would like to share some support resources for you. So if you do need anything, there are places to reach out. And if you need to get in touch with us after, at support@stress.org.uk, and we can send you some specific contacts if you need. So here we come to our closing check-in, and this is a chance for you to ask any questions. Let us know what stood out for you today, what feels more possible now. Do you need anything from Freddie? The floor is now yours. I think we do already have a hand up. So Adila, if you'd like to unmute, please do share.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask where we are going to subscribe. So I guess I have to go because I found it on LinkedIn. So now I guess I have to go on your website and do it.
On the link in the chat now.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
And would I be able to post a link to my newsletter, Emma, if people want to
Absolutely.
get in touch?
Absolutely, yeah. If you want to
Brilliant.
hear more from Freddie and learn more about him, he's just about to pop a link in there.
Sure. So
And,
Freddie, are you in Australia? Sorry.
No, mate. I'm in London, UK,
You're
mate.
in London. Okay, you're in UK, yeah. So you are with Smarties, no? Or that's some because I know about Smarties, but
No, I'm not with Smarties, no.
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 Okay, no problem. Okay, I'm
So
gonna subscribe your newsletter and I would like to be involved.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
great. I also have a online conscious connected breathwork workshop happening tomorrow. It's free / by donation. So if anyone wants to explore that that technique a bit deeper, that's happening tomorrow. I can share a link if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I'm
Any
in
other
London as well, Freddie. So let's do it together.
Wonderful.
Are you
Sounds
on
great.
LinkedIn?
I'm not.
No, so go on LinkedIn as well. So you will find, I think one of your fellow did it.
Perfect.
Great.
If anyone else has anything to share, please do put your hands up or pop anything into the chat. Jess has kindly shared, after going through the exercises, it made me realize how often I feel caught in shallow breath throughout the day. I totally feel you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's super common. We live in a very stressed society, a very shallow breath society. So
Chaotic
yeah,
world.
yeah,
Very
Yeah.
chaotic.
real practice of opening that belly breath is going to really change your life then.
We have Judy with her hand up as well. Judy, do you want to come on?
Hi everyone. I just wanted to say a big thank you to Freddie. Thanks for giving us your time, and the session was really beneficial for me. Like I learned so much through this, and I look forward to joining your future workshops as well. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thanks, Judy. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to
Yeah,
see you
very
too.
welcome.
And also we've got another workshop on Wednesday looking at stress and gut health. If you guys are interested, it'll be around like 1 o'clock on Wednesday. And I've just put in the link if you want to sign up to that, which will be great to have you all join.
Yeah, we're really turning this awareness into action, and it's great to see it from a lot of different points of view and learn as much as we can to take this forward. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. We've also got Lisa. It said, made me realize the importance of stopping and taking time to breathe. Yeah.
I've never regretted stopping and taking time to breathe.
Yeah. Right, well, we have reached our hour. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and taking part and learning and being part of Be the Change. It's just fantastic to share this information with you. We just do have one question in the chat just to finish us off. Have you come across rectangular breathing?
Yes, I know it as box breathing. So, which is where you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, and hold at the bottom for 4. And yeah, maybe rectangular is slightly different, where you're breathing in for longer than you hold, but box breathing when you're on 4, 4, 4, 4. That's a really good practice that helps you strengthen your capacity to be in stress or dorsal butt stay and ventral vagal. It's a really helpful practice. It's really good. Yeah.
Perfect. Fabulous. Well, I think that's a fantastic place to stop. If you do have any more questions that you need directing to Freddie, please do find him online or drop us an email at support@stress.org.uk and we will make sure he gets it. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. And his email address is there if you need to get in contact directly. Practice your breathing this evening. It'll be a wonderful way before bed to relax. And hopefully we will see you at some of our next webinars. All right, guys, thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank
Happy
you.
breathing.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.